Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the NDA podcast, another FaceCam podcast. Hopefully, we don't get any video errors, but I'm joined by Kev and Wex. This is going to cover the first 2 weeks of the playoffs. And yeah, we have a very eventful playoffs. We have some upsets. We have some great matches to go over. So we're going to do that and maybe a little bit more at the end. So let's just jump right into it. So thank you guys for joining me today.
Hello. I want to start off the podcast by asking you, Justin. Who has a better mustache, me or Wex?
Bro, I shaved like 2 days ago.
That's a 2-day mustache?
That's not 2 days, like 4 days.
Because me, this is like a week. I cannot grow facial hair whatsoever. I think I need like testosterone implants or whatever. I don't know.
Even if you did, Justin, what color is it? Red or blonde?
It's red. No, my chin's red, and I think everything else is blonde, but I never grew it out too much, so I have no idea. But
wait till I show you guys my Movember mustache. I feel like it was pretty strong.
It's probably gonna be Wex then.
No, I would probably argue on the side of Wex just because your mustache doesn't connect to the beard. No, that's way better. That's way better. You can't argue with that. Those are the stats.
I did like my Movember. It's pretty fucking out there. Makes it look like a proper pedophile, but I mean, it is what it is.
I mean,
not wrong.
If the shoe fits.
wait.
if the shoe fits, and I mean, if I speak a bit louder, then maybe not. Anyway,
I get in trouble.
Anyway, so Pokemon. I mean, we fit right into the crowd, right, guys? All right, so
no. That's Smash, bro. That's Smash.
That's par for the course.
I know. Incineroar finished in the top of a Smash final, but that's the Smash community, not us. Don't get it twisted.
All right, let's not smash any young children. All right, fellas, let's get into the podcast. So let's talk about Pokemon. We have
only in the NDA podcast.
Oh, we have a good first game. Are we going just right down the?
Down the gullet.
All right, so we have Quartz versus Mac. Those are the first 2 games we're going to cover here. Great games by Quartz.
I would
really utilize.
To sum this up in a couple words, I would.
Dozo.
It would be Dozo, the movie.
Oh my god!
Villain came in clutch at the end of game 1.
Yo, I swear the villain got like a nasty kill with Pollen Puff. Yeah. If I'm not.
I think it was Bug Buzz. I think.
Bug Buzz.
I am looking at it here on my phone, so that's why I'm looking down the whole time. If anyone's wondering, I'm not just staring down here for no reason away from the camera. Pretty sure it's Bug Buzz.
I feel like
it was Pollen Puff. It was Pollen Puff.
Yeah, I thought it was Pollen Puff, which is it's typically used to just like heal. I always just see it on Among Us, like healing up their allies, but then like the villain comes crazy and gets a one shot with it.
Against Leafeon, yeah. I think you can't understate how much chip damage the Psychic from Oranguru was doing. I mean, this thing put in work the entire time, just chipping. So I mean, that thing actually, I think it did the most damage in the entire set, if I had to be honest. For sure. Literally just being left alive. It's pretty nice.
I feel like Quartz played it in a way where Mac didn't really know what to do. Like it wasn't like a straight there was no Dozo switch in, there was no shenanigans with Oranguru. Man just was just spamming Psychic, and Mac was I think he was over predicting, making a lot of trying to make a lot of intelligent reads, and it's Quartz kind of just did damage.
Quartz picked Psychic as a move to use on Oranguru 8 times in the first game. 8 times.
That's crazy.
So.
Game 2 is more so just Dozo Tatsugiri stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not very much you can do in that scenario. I think Dozo clicked Earthquake about 7 times in this as well. All I remember seeing was just Earthquake. Let's see. Earthquake.
Order up.
Order up ones, Avalanche ones, Earthquake 4. So, I mean, pretty. 5. Just happened again. 5 Earthquakes. So, but overall, I feel like Quartz just had a better team, better setup. Mac, I think, probably tried to overpredict, as Kev said, but
That's what it would look like. I mean, once he needed Trick Room up, I think, and he was worried about him. It looked like he was worried about Imprison. Like he just waited too long, and it kind of bit him in the butt.
I mean, Imprison's a weird one because, like, if you're not entirely certain, like, if you have no plans on setting up Trick Room and it looks like you're going to do it, it's a bit of a risk clicking it, clicking Imprison. But as well as that, I feel like a lot of time, like, I've prepped for Imprison so much times. Like, I've had mons with Imprison just to stop Trick Room from going up. I honestly don't think I've really clicked it once. I've maybe clicked it once or twice. Like,
it's like I would like to think of it as like a safety
situation.
net. Like it's there if you're really struggling.
Like if I lose game 1 to it, I will bring it out in game 2, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
when me and Justin were prepping for his match, Phoenix's team is very Trick Room centric, and I was like, I don't really know what you do to stop it unless you bring in Prism. And I don't know if you ended up bringing it on the Spirit Tomb or not, but it's just like it's something to have just in case it's like the original game plan folds. But
no. The only other thing I could really say about this game was that Serena missed a play rough. Dozo lived a couple times on low HP.
I don't really think any of that matters at the end.
I don't think long term it matters, but just Court's got a bit fortunate. But
missing play rough never matters to the
Oh
to the
boy,
end of the game, never, right?
I don't know about that.
But yeah, foreshadowing probably. Maybe who knows? But
Before we
overall,
get to that, okay, what were you saying?
I was just saying pretty well played by Courts. Deserved winner.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I feel like without that we can move on to the snow matchup.
Dude, there was a lot of inches on display in this game.
At least a whole two or three at a stretch.
3 is a big stretch. I don't know about that.
Tree is very uncomfortable.
Between the two of us, that's generous.
I mean, I'll say from first experience, 3 is very uncomfortable.
Are we talking about?
We had the snow mirror. Jay, he just led the snow on turn 1, and I was like, I don't remember my exact mindset, but I was like, Abomasnow is less likely to protect in this scenario. He wants screens, so I just doubled it with both the homies, and he ended up switching out to Titan, so it was clutch. He ran a lot of Terra Ghosts, which I think was like really good actually. But I think
especially on Masquerada.
Yeah, he just set it up a little too late. Like in turn, like on game 2, I got a big population bomb off into the Tropius, and it's like it lived because of like the Citrus Harvest shenanigans. But he next turn clicked Terra Ghost, so he would have got a free Dragon Dance off if he didn't if he just clicked the turn 1. So it's like. It was just like a little too late, I feel like. Yeah. And like even with the Dragon Dances, like Tropius still wasn't threatening, if you ask me.
I mean,
if it got too off, then it would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, if it got
if you click the turn 1 and then manage to get the second one off turn 2, I feel like then you're worried about it.
I'll say this: Dragon Dance made me have to respect it, where normally I don't respect that.
I mean, honestly, the fact that he brought Tropius in such a heavy snow matchup is wild. Like,
yeah,
that thing dies to a snowflake. Never mind of anything else. Like
fair enough.
It was ballsy.
I don't know what I expected him to bring over it, but he didn't bring Rotom or like Vaporeon or anything. But Vaporeon could have been annoying, I think.
Yeah.
Just because it's bulky and it resists the snow, but...
Yeah, just click Yawn and, like, Wish and then Protect.
Yeah, and just forced me to play a little less aggressive, which was the game plan. The game plan was Choice Scarf Annihilate without Final Gambit, and just Population Bomb mouthful. I hadn't brought Population Bomb in, like, so long because literally everyone prepped so hard against it, and so did he. Apparently, he ran a bunch of Terra Ghosts, which I guess is like it works for both of them. But...
It's expected, like, but I feel like there's only so much you can prep for it. Like, Like, there's only
I
so
feel
like you can run Terra Ghost on so much things, but at the end of the day, only one mon can Terra. So
I feel like Annihilate's very hard to Terra in front of because
Yeah.
you can Terra Ghost and avoid Drain Punch, but like if I get my Rage Fist going, like you're dead.
if Rage
You're
Fist
dead.
comes up, like coming from as also someone who used Annihilate this year, like on my team, it probably was my favorite mon that I had. Favorite new mon anyway. I just felt like having, like, originally I started off with the Choice Scarf set, like you said, but I feel like the leftover set was a lot better for me. Once I got used to it, I enjoyed it a lot more. Just having a lot of them mind games came into play for me as well, with Terra Ghost and Terra whatever.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy Rage Fist and having, like, would I pick Annihilate again? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's like, I feel like the difference between our teams is that I had the mouse hold that supports it so well, and you had a stupid bird that clicks tail and that clicks buttons.
Click buttons. Yeah, it works for some of us, you know. I mean, shout out Sempra. Sempra and Sprigatito. Sprigatito's the real mastermind. We all know that.
Yeah, he was cooking.
Yeah.
Justin doesn't get that reference, but that's fine.
No clue.
All right, well, we can move on. It was fun to play Jay. He's a homie. We were prepping a lot for his run in Knoxville, so it was fun to play. Unfortunately, my inches were superior of snow.
Who would have thought? Not me.
But we can move swiftly on to Justin's match.
Yeah, and this one was a bit of a tester. I mean, I'm coming in big underdog, right? I mean, if you look at the schedule, I mean, I'm the 11 seed, right? I mean, shouldn't really win hypothetically against the 6 seed.
But they let the two-time champ in the playoffs.
They let the two-time champ in the playoffs. I told them this is a mistake. They should have put me in the ground and buried me when they had the chance, but they didn't. So
I do need to check something as well because it is March. It is March. Anything can happen in March.
At March Madness, you already know what's going on.
So,
but yeah.
Oh, I gotta fill out my bracket. Shit.
I filled out my bracket.
Yeah, jumping into the game, I mean, immediately I Terra Flying. So, me and Kev were prepping this a little bit. The Mirror Herb on Unburden Halucha, Terra Flying, Acrobatics into Oranguru was kind of just a confirmed kill.
Yeah, I would say Justin struggled when Oranguru got Trick Room up.
I would say it's a confirmed kill on a lot of things. I won't fucking lie. I don't think.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of the best.
You needed Terra Flying though. Without the Terra Flying, it actually didn't kill.
It actually didn't kill because that's how bulky Oranguru is. So I needed this to one shot, and I just need him not to be like max defense, and he wasn't. So with the threat of Hydreigon, I mean, that was kind of predicted though. It was expected that would be the case. So being able to swagger into Oranguru was really nice. Give myself the Mirror Herb and Unburden proc, and then I was able to one-shot it next to the King Gambit, which, I mean, very bold of him to not protect the King Gambit in that situation, because one close combat, that thing's gone, right?
Yeah,
so
just kind of let it sit there.
I know, I was just kind of confused on that, and he clicked Iron Head into Grafai, which, I don't know, I think maybe he was predicting a switch, maybe he just wanted chip, not really sure. But yeah, and then from there I was able to just kind of take down his team, try to mitigate King Gambit, even though he was able to get a sucker punch kill on Halucha there. Just trying to, mitigate the defense of the Torkoal with acid spray. Kind of just sack the two mons there so that my mons in the back could go off King Gambit with Supreme Overlord, so I could get the boosted moves. Was really nice. And then, yeah, I was able to just win that one out. I got a little bit lucky on the double heat wave miss. I think that was the game. Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. Yep, that happened. Turn 5. Sorry about that. I was max special defense, though, so I don't think I would have died. It would have done a lot of shit, but I don't think it would have mattered at the end. It just would have been a 4-3 instead of 4-2. So
that one hits too hard to home.
Hydreigon actually put in some really solid work this round. Game 2, I mean, kind of the same thing, except Lilligant Torkoal had to avoid anything Lilligant wanted to do, so I just started clicking Taunt into it, and it kind of just mitigated the entire strategy of trying to do sleep powders and things like that. So that was really, really clutch for me to be able to have Grafai up to be able to do that, especially later when it comes back in to still have Grafai to click taunt into it was really clutch. I think maybe targeting the Howlucha in that situation as King Gambit when maybe you should have targeted the Grafai. I think that might have been a slight mistake, but at the end of the day, I mean, hindsight, right? But yeah, it was just kind of a Grafai show, if I'm being honest. I mean, without it, kind of in the mud. And then being able to get Hydreigon in and King Gambit in to clean up the back. Very nice. I feel like it was I mean, there's not a lot of more like different moves that I could have done to be like more optimal or be more sound. Maybe a couple of optimizations or predictions here and there, but for the most part, I think I played that pretty well. So
I
happy
feel
with
like
it.
I feel like you've used Supreme Overlord King Gambit pretty well. I feel like standard these days is Defiant. Even in draft, like I feel like Defiance is really good, but people kind of sleep on Supreme Overlord. King Gambit in the back with Supreme Overlord is like really solid. Like that is like getting that little like. I assume you're like I don't even remember what item you were, but if you were AV, it's like.
No, it's Choppleberry.
Oh, okay. Well, like a lot of those AV King Gambits, they still have a really good attack stat, but then like you pair like if their Defiant doesn't get procced, you can't get boosted by any item or anything. So it's like bring it in with the AV and get the Supreme.
Oh wait, no, I might have actually been AV for round 1. I think it was round quarterfinals where I was Choppleberry. Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was AV, so I wouldn't. The heat wave really didn't matter.
Nah, you were eating that. We eat those.
But yeah, no, I think I played that pretty well. I don't know. I think I had a really good team. I had the counter for a lot of the things that he wanted to do. So, simple.
Shout out to Phoenix for a good season and being the double heat wave miss happened, and Justin was like, "Oh, dude, sorry," and he said, "It happens." He just took it like a champ. I know. Definitely me and among some other coaches would have not been as calm with the heat wave miss. So fair enough. Enough.
Was able to win that one and moved on to the quarterfinal. And well, they to echo this, they let the double champ back into the playoffs. It's a mistake. I activate. So.
All right. Our final match of round 1 was the Talonflame Garchomp mirror between Gummy and Kaylee, and I would say the difference maker. Like, obviously, it's not an exact mirror. They do have both the same S tiers, but I would say Gummy's team overall was really synergistic and built around the like sand and the Garchomp spam. But I would say it didn't matter in this scenario because Kaylee having Gardevoir was like really clutch. Like Gardevoir went crazy. It put on so much offensive pressure with special damage, and like the only thing that he really had for it was like
slide
Orthworm, and it's like Orthworm has paper thin Spadef, so it's like it's got that Torkoal stat spread. Like it's got like 140 defense, and then its Spadef is like just in the toilet. So I think Kaylee's like really good to play around the Gardevoir.
Like there's one term where Gardevoir used Dazzling Gleam on a Terra Fairy Garchomp and it did 56.
Yeah, like that's just insane.
Which I didn't even know how to say it. Gummy did miss a double rock slide turn 1 of game 1 as well. I have that written down here. But which I don't think would have mattered in the long run.
What game was that? Game 2?
1, I believe.
Well, it wasn't turn 1 then.
It was early. It might have been turn 1 or turn 2.
Oh yeah, it was turn 2. Talon would have died for sure. So that feels bad.
I feel like Gardevoir is just very fucking strong. I feel like overall Gardevoir just sweeps in the back. And a lot of.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. He would have got a double KO that turn because Roxley would have taken the Talonflame and he killed the Tauros that he Terra watered with T-Bolt from Rotom. So it would have been a 3v2. Could have been closer.
It could have been
I don't know,
3v2.
Gardevoir just put in so much work.
Yeah, he would have needed a flinch or two on Gardevoir to stop Grass Knot, or just I feel like in general, Dazzling Gleam and Grass Knot on Gardevoir. I think I had Focus. I had something in game 2. I can't remember.
To be fair,
overall,
the next turn he killed the Talonflame and flinched the Gardevoir. So
yeah, so
Yeah,
what
but
I
at
mean,
the
like-
end it would have been Gardevoir versus Gardevoir and Garchomp, right? So I mean, I feel like if you're a Terra Ice Rotom-Mow and you're still alive against Gardevoir versus Garchomp with your Garchomp still in the field, I feel like you're in a really, really good spot if you're able to land that Rock Slide. So I think
Yeah.
that really did matter. And I think you could also make the argument, although I'm not sure how convincing it could be, that if Gardevoir missed the second Focus Blast in game 2 and Orthworm was able to clean it up and get it off the field, that Gummy could have also have won that one as well. So it really
Yeah.
just comes down to inaccurate moves missing and not doing what they're supposed to do, and that's big damage. So it's a bit unfortunate from Gummy's perspective, but I mean, he had a good season, so there's really nothing
Gummy
to hang your hat on.
Gummy had a great bat. He had a great season overall.
Yeah.
Everything kind of went against him in this game. Gardevoir just kind of made him. Just Gardevoir just dealt with a lot of his team very well, like with the grass fighting and fairy coverage. I feel like there wasn't really a lot that he could have done against it. Look at it, like maybe if Talonflame stayed alive a bit longer, could have done more to it. But again, that's a very big if.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I'd say about that. Gummy had a great season. But props to Kaylee for winning. That's all I can really say about it.
Yeah, no, it was it's a great season. Gummy was dominant at least in the early portion of the season with the wins that he was racking up. So just kind of fizzled out at the end, and it happens. Sometimes you can't always get the ending that you want, but I mean, it's a great season overall, and I'm sure his on the all-time standings, his efficiency score will reflect that it was a great season for him. So yeah. All right, moving on. That covers our play-in matches. So I just want to reiterate, maybe I didn't make this clear enough in the first podcast, so I apologize. The reseeding is only done for the play-in matches. So that'll place you into the positions in the bracket to where you should be. So the play-ins is kind of like its own separate thing, and then it leads into the actual playoffs. Play-ins are to get into the playoffs. To make it very clear, it's kind of two separate things.
Yeah, it's just to make sure that the 1 seed plays the lowest remaining. It's just so you play the appropriate seeding as your reward for finishing that high. Yeah. And then from there, it's just straight bracket style.
Yeah, so that's why
it's everything from the NBA. If anyone knows about the NBA, it's basically the same as that.
Yeah, so that's why, and I know your boy brought it up. He thought he was gonna be playing me, and that's not the case. It follows straight bracket style after the play-ins. So I played Swamp, who I beat, and then I have to play Kevin.
Spoilers
on my side of the bracket. Oh, spoilers! We might as well just jump right into it then.
It's the first game on the thing, so yeah. But also, the reason that people were confused was I kind of set it up so had the highest seed won in every scenario, graphically. Had the highest seed, I just put it on the thing, on the doc, just so people could visualize, who's playing who and whatever. But had the highest seed won in every scenario, then the matchups would have looked correct. It would have looked correct, but just because, obviously Justin won, Kaylee won. I think Justin Kaylee. I think they were the two upsets. Were they? I think they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even Kaylee winning, it didn't affect its position. It didn't affect their position on the dock.
Yeah, but
it was just mine that went somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that's the way I set it up. I can't remember. I did something along those lines, but
Justin and Quartz went like that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we kind of.
Yeah, because Kaylee was low. Yeah.
It was mainly just me winning, messed up everything.
God,
So
Yeah.
we know who the problem is.
blame Justin.
Sorry,
For
guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
Justin,
my
talk us through your match against Swamp, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'll just keep talking. Yeah. No. So
Well,
this is a rematch from earlier in the season. Another game 3, type style game. Because the first time we played, it went to a game 3. Granted, it wasn't as close, and I had a slightly different team. So I was excited to bring some of my new mons against him to try and see if I had a better outcome, and luckily I did.
I just
think
like
I
to
played
point
this-
out that the sorry to interrupt you, but the scoring
go
is
ahead.
definitely wrong on the doc.
Is it?
It says according. Is it? Yeah. I think
I don't know.
I won
it's not.
4-2.
No, I'm dumb. Ignore me. I ignored you for no reason.
We
I'm just
we
blaming
know.
Anyway, yeah. So I had a couple ideas when it came to this. I knew Clodsire had Haze, so I brought Glalie in the back just because I didn't have. If Glalie did not have a threat like Clodsire with Haze, I was going to click
It
Terra
was
Water.
free, bro.
It was absolutely free. Kilowattrel, if I get the right speed boosts or whatever, and if I'm paired next to the right mon, Kilowattrel's not a problem, and then he runs out of things that hit it super effective. And then it's just protect sub and try to get the boost that I need. Because if I get the speed boosts that I need, or if I pair it next to Spiritomb and I go Trick Room, I can just Ice Spinner, and with any sort of attack boost, it goes. So Glalie was always going to come in the back just in case the Clodsire didn't come, but it did, so I had to respect it for the first 2 games at least. So game 1, I led Hydreigon Hawlucha. That in prep gave me the most options on how to attack this. If I needed to switch something out, I would. If I needed to attack with both, I could. So it kind of just covered all of my options, whether or not I needed to click Snarl or if I needed to switch out and make sure Hawlucha was faster than Quick Wavel and just one-shot it, then I could do that as well.
Snarl did 57%.
Yeah, I was just
That's
that's
crazy.
that's insane.
Yeah.
Screw this, but special attack drop. That damage is nutty.
Mm.
That's insane.
That's genuinely not even fair at this stage.
Yeah, and it's also lowering special attack, so it's like even better. It was a great. I think it was a great set on my end. I don't think there's a couple of slight optimizations that I could have made. I think in game 2 and in game 3.
Well, you lost game 2, right? What happened?
Yeah.
I'd have to see it again. I know I did watch it back before we started, but I'd have to see it again.
I'm just loading up the doc now. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
Trying to see.
Doing it on my phone is a bit more difficult than the laptop. I have to go in and out of the whole sheet.
Yeah, so I think the problem is he led with Quick Quavel and then immediately switched it out. So if I had predicted that he was switching it out and I clicked Snarl, indeed he would have taken a shit ton of damage. So that would have been very valuable. But that didn't happen. So
I would say Snarl's risky in front of competitive Kilowattrel, but he then revealed later that he was
wind power. I mean,
Yeah.
I could see it with the. Yeah, I mean that was kind of stupid, but I mean it did a lot of damage. So
I mean, I
that's
feel
always
like
helpful.
most of the time you're going to be wind power anyway on Kilowattrel.
Yeah. I think it's a cool tech to run competitive against Justin, though, only because Snarl does seem
Yeah.
imminent.
I mean, if it's going to happen anywhere, it'd happen in Draft League for sure.
So in game 2, the reason why I lost is because I got Rock Slide flinched on my Pincurchin.
Yeah.
If I didn't get flinched, I would have had a electric terrain boosted Zing Zap going into a Terra Water Quick Quavel.
Yeah, that was dead.
That
Yeah.
thing was either dying or it was very close to it.
Oh no, that thing. I think that thing doesn't live at all.
No, probably not. And I also had Hawlucha in the back with the electric terrain, so I would have been faster than everything. So at that point, it would have been and even if it did live, I had Sucker Punch on Pincurchin, so I was gonna be able to hit it first no matter what, and just click close combat into the Dunsparce. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to that point because I got flinched. So felt really, really bad. And then also in the back, I still had King Gambit, which it feels so bad that I wasn't able to get the win off of game 2. But yeah, the Dunsparce and the flinches just go crazy in certain scenarios. But moving on to game
1, and this the Dunsparce was just mad set up already with coils.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing I wasn't bringing any haze on my end or any sort of mitigation for that, so maybe that's a little bit of a fault on my end, but it would be unsynergetic. There'd be a lot of dyssynergy if I also brought my Glalie and I had to do that, so couldn't really, in a perfect world, I really couldn't really bring that either way, so it's fine though. Game 3, I decided to mix it up. I went Trick Room instead. And for some reason, I was able to live. Spiritomb wasn't double targeted, and I was able to just like, I was even able to click Kowtow Cleave into Indeedee and do a giant chunk of damage while also setting up Trick Room. So I was very thankful that I was able to get that off. And then I just started clicking Snarl with Spiritomb. I mean, I was just doing a lot of damage with this setup here. And it's a beautiful thing. Will-O-Wisp on both the Dunsparce and Donquil just absolutely mitigated both of them. So I mean, at that point I was set up, and there really wasn't a way for me to lose. So this was a much needed and a way better adjustment to make for Game 3, and I think it definitely was my best play. And I'm glad it turned out the way that I thought it was going to turn out. Hydreigon comes in the back and
bro, you low-key destroyed him.
Game 3.
Game 3, oh my god.
Everything went my way. Game 3. I had Game 3, I think, was probably the most optimal game that I played. I don't think there's really much I could have done differently to do any better. I kind of just covered everything, so yeah. I think I played really, really well against Swamp. I know your boy said something like, I told you not to get too cocky or something like that in the chat. And I'm just like, it's because I'm the double champ, you know? I say that a lot, but I'm like joking, guys.
I mean,
so don't
you
take it
have
seriously.
the 1-seed, dude. That's mad. That's huge.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that would not want to play Swamp. I mean, I would argue everybody in the league does not want to play Swamp. With the team that he had, the Armor Rouge Indeedee was just like such a big threat. And if you didn't have what I had, which was Hydreigon, Snarl as a threat, then you're kind of in the mud.
Yeah, I was gonna argue that Swamp probably definitely didn't want to play you.
Yeah.
Your team was really good into his, Even your Trick Room mode, beat his, because Spiritomb was really good. So it's like Spiritomb King Gambit was really good into his team. So it's just he had nothing, absolutely nothing. We probably should have prioritized and prepped that Trick Room stat even more, because that was crazy.
It was a great adjustment for a Game 3, and I feel like if I led the Trick Room, then he probably could have adjusted and done a little bit more.
The mind games of you click Trick Room, and he also clicks Trick Room, so it doesn't get set up, and he reverses it and shit.
Exactly. So, I avoided any scenario like that, which was nice. But yeah, was able to win, and I'm happy with it. So, moving on to the semifinals.
The what?
Pretty tough.
Oh, you're.
He's moving on to
I am.
I was like, we're not moving on to the semifinals.
We can't talk about the semifinals because we're not there.
I was so
first and second, I was like, Anyway, yeah, we can move on to
your boy versus Kaylee. And I watched this back because I didn't get to see it live. Kaylee played so good game 1, so good. Completely stalled Trick Room, played so well. And then when I watched the next two, I kind of lost the game, the sight of game plan. But game 1 went so well, and I don't know if it was just trying to adjust or your boy just being a really good coach, but
Hmm.
Kaylee did so good game 1 to
Yeah,
completely
I'm
mitigate
looking at it.
anything.
I'm looking at it
Boy
now. Yeah, no, it did really well. Gardevoir comes in the second trigger men's, getting a double. Gardevoir go fucking hard here.
It goes so hard, dude.
And of
Like,
course, Sneasel just being there just makes the first set even sweeter for me. But yeah, that
Wex
was
is waiting. Wex is patiently waiting for the DL for Pokemon Home to join so he can run Sneasler on LMS. Did you see? Wex, this is like completely off topic, but I kind of. Wex, have you seen Sneasler's signature ability or signature move?
No,
It's
I'll
like
look it up.
it's. Do they have it here? Yeah, Dire Claw. 80 base power, 100 accuracy,
Poison type.
50% chance. 50% chance to sleep, poison, or paralyze.
Is that good? Because I have it here. It's like it's aiming to, and there's a chance to crit as well. Poison, paralyze, or drowsy.
I don't see crit. Are you looking on Showdown? It's on Showdown.
I'm just looking at the description here. The user lashes out with a target with Ruinous Claws, aiming to land a critical hit. This may also leave the target poisoned, paralyzed, or asleep.
That might have been like the. It might have been the Legends Arceus one because I don't think it crits, but like it's 80 base power.
In Arceus it was 60.
Yeah, it doesn't need to crit. It's already stupidly dumb enough.
It was 60. It got up to 80. So
I don't know.
I'm looking at its moveset. Its moveset's actually pretty decent. It's pretty wide. The only thing I will say about it is its defenses aren't great.
Oh, of course, it was as a Sneasel variant.
Yeah.
It was never gonna be crazy.
I assume it gets fake out. Yeah, it does. So, I mean, could be first overall pick for me. Who knows? No, I'll see.
Okay. Anyway,
I definitely will.
Also, Big Brain, ya boy, bringing Electros with Terra Steel. With the Levitate, you can't hit it with a Earthquake, and then Rock Slide does absolutely nothing. So it's a perfect Garchomp counter in the sense that if it goes Terra Fairy like Kaylee's did, it just they can't do anything, and you just Terra Blast into it with the Terra Steel, and it also covers for a Gardevoir as well. So I mean, great bring on your boy's part. I really like the Electros. Game 2 specifically. Game 3 it also came. Didn't Terra, but
it also was there. Game 3.
it was there. I mean, it put in work, but
the way you said it,
he didn't
like,
Terra.
it was there. Yeah.
It wasn't as crucial as it was Game 2. I will say that it wasn't as important.
Like in front of the Terra Fairy, Garchomp, and the Gardevoir, it's definitely a fucking phenomenal bring.
Yeah. It was in such a good spot.
Yeah, and it gets a double on them doing, I'm guessing, kills Rotom here. I'm just looking at it right back here again. Yeah. So, again, big. With the Terra Blast and the Rock Slide, there's not much Kaylee could do.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, because that just covers, like, the entire team, essentially. Like, Terra Blast, like, if... Assuming Garchomp is Terra, right? Terra Fairy. I mean, you cover 5 out of the 6 Mons with just those 2 moves. It's crazy. And nothing hits you super effective except for Talonflame. But you're in Trick Room, right? So you're chilling. It was a very, very nice situation for Electros to be in.
I feel like that just talks that just shows how good your boy is. Like,
yeah,
it's like that's like not like an obvious bring. I guess Levitate's pretty obvious, and then
I mean, a lot of people.
I mean, you don't have a choice on Levitate, right? I mean, it's just it always has to be.
I mean, a lot of people do bring Electric on Levitate Mons because then there's no weakness, but having the wherewithal to realize, like, to pick up a weakness and just be like, yeah, fuck it. Like, I feel like, especially when Talonflame is just sitting there as an option, it is ballsy in a way, but yeah, look, I feel like the boy is. Like, look, he was the number 1 coach last year. He was number 2 this year. On game difference. Like, I don't. even though he has been like one of the best coaches the last 2 seasons in a row, I think he has flown under the radar in a weird way, despite being number 2. And yeah, for me personally, no offense to you two guys, he is my favorite to win right now, as of now.
Wow, you're not even gonna go for an underdog? Jeez.
No, I'm saying he's the favorite.
What is this?
That's not what I'm going for. Like, overall, like whichever one YouTube spoiler, whichever one YouTube makes the final, I will cheer for you. But favorite wise, I don't think there's much people who.
Are you gonna go against your famous Will prediction games? You're gonna predict against?
Actually,
Will?
I never said that, but he's the favorite. Like, I'm gonna cheer for Will because it's Will.
So what I'm hearing is, in every single scenario, you are rooting against your boy, but you're saying he's the favorite.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, fair enough.
Who cheers for the favorite? Who cheers for Bammer in like football? No one. Like,
Well, the dick riders, that's for sure.
exactly. So.
And a lot of them aren't even from Alabama. They've never been there. But they're like,
And it's
yeah,
like-
Roll Tide. And it's like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Oh, Dad.
Roll Tide.
I don't know if anyone's seen Beaster Hoodie on TikTok, but if you know, you know.
I don't know.
Beaster.
I might
feel
have
like-
seen like one of the
speaking of-
videos.
This is also off topic. Speaking of TikTok, something we talked about a lot on this podcast has I feel like we haven't addressed it. Has our favorite TikTok series has gone to the shitter.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so I don't follow BDG anymore. I stopped. I unfollowed them.
I unfollowed them immediately.
Yeah.
I
R.I.P. Ike's lunch, dude.
And then Bread Basket started doing it,
Bread
and I was like,
Bread
oh hell
Basket.
yeah.
But
then apparently- Yeah, and then Ike got a job somewhere else with Animal, so
Yeah,
I don't know
Ike-
where they are. I haven't
Underdog-
seen them, but
Underdog, I think.
they're what?
Underdog Fantasy. That's where they're now.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, I haven't seen it. It hasn't come up on my feed at all.
I don't know if they're doing Ike's lunch.
It
though.
happened ages ago. I don't need to do an Ike's lunch. I haven't seen Ike's lunch, but him and Animal are working for Underdog right now. It
They're
was
probably
on
just trying to
Wiki,
get their feet wet right now, and then they'll probably start it up again.
But honestly,
You gotta build the hype.
Bread Basket are so clear of everyone on TikTok right now. I think
I love Bread Basket.
Zach
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Danny, like 20 questions. Like, there's so much series. Like 20 questions, draft, like anything.
The combined age.
Yeah, like they have so much idea. Like they started doing like Basketball Pig recently.
It's simple but effective.
Yeah.
They just do things and it works.
Do we forgive him for the pain incident, or are we still?
No, never. The pain incident.
What happened?
You don't know
Lex,
the pain
please explain
incident.
this one.
Okay, so you know in 20 questions. That's always Zach against Danny. So basically, what happened? I think it was question 14, 15. I think Danny was a mile off. I think like he had no clue where he was, and actually, was it Zach or Danny? I can't actually remember which one it was.
I think it was Danny.
I think Zach said it. No, I think Zach said it.
It was one of the two.
One of them, Zach or Danny. Basically, he was like, "Oh, is it worth over under $100?" And I replied, he was like, "Well, it kind of depends on what paint." And I froze, and it's just like, oh. It's like, is it paint? That was paint. That is a paint. He let it out of the bag, and to be fair, he came back and ended up winning.
Oh wait, no, I do remember that now that you said that.
You remember the paint?
Yeah.
You subconsciously removed from your brain, which
Yeah, I remember now that we talked about it.
it's so understandable. The pain incident goes down in history as probably like
Didn't we talk about it on here before?
I feel like we just
The
talked
pain
about
incidit?
Yeah, I feel like we did. I don't know. I'm having like major
I don't
deja
know.
vu right now.
it. No,
Maybe we weren't on the live podcast. I feel like we were talking about it.
More than $100. It depends on how much you have. Can you buy it at a Walmart? Yeah. Is it bigger than a microwave? Bigger than a microwave? I mean, just depends on how much you have. It's like the type of paint.
I don't know if you were able to hear that, but the music was kind of loud.
I heard it. I could hear it. So
It depends on the type of paint.
If you don't know what we're talking about on this tangent, just look up Breadbasket and you'll be fair.
Breadbasket paint incident. That's all you need to know.
It's these boys who do the drafts on TikTok. If you don't know them.
But yeah, anyway, GG,
Pokemon.
boy.
What a tangent!
I think we got a little off topic.
That was my
I'll
favorite
keep
tangent we've
going.
ever done. That's probably my favorite tangent we've ever done.
I think I agree with you, X, where I definitely don't want to play you, boy. So, but do I want to play Will and a guard?
No, it's like I feel like at the moment there's only 4 of you guys left. We have spoiled the next 2 results completely.
Yeah, that's a good. I transitioned.
But I feel like there's only 4 of you guys left. Personally, I wouldn't like to play any of you guys. So, but yeah, good transition. Speaking of Will and his Garg, big transition to the last night game, which I haven't seen yet.
Live
really?
watch along.
But it's gonna be a watch along for me.
Yeah, you can.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, first thing you see is Gummy's mom, and that is top tier nickname. So yeah, let me just look at this real quick. Like, I feel really like I might just point my camera down so you can like see like that I'm looking at my phone. My phone is just here. I'm looking
Are
at
we
my
getting
phone.
a crotch shot? Hold on, let me pull up Discord again. Are we getting a crotch shot?
Oh, look at that.
Not necessarily.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait a second. Oh no, we gotta blur that.
I've completely missed this game because the game was on turn 4 now. And I just
Basically,
don't
we
know
got a double tear on turn 1, and Dozo's trying to spam some earthquakes. Is essentially what happened here. Essentially,
Yeah.
but the Terra Steel, I don't know if that's. I guess you just share the fighting weakness with your ice type, but that just feels interesting.
Also, one thing I wanted to point out that I think might have been a flaw, and if this didn't happen, then I think Quartz might have won game 1. If he had a little more speed in Dondozo, how can you be +2 in speed and not outspeed Houndstone?
He shared
that's
the
a bit of a
pace.
fumble.
He shared the pace. He had absolutely no speed investment.
Oh,
I feel like that's a bit of a fumble, if I'm being honest. I feel like you got to put yourself in a position where if you're ×2 speed, you're faster than... I mean, I guess he's just going for bulk instead. I didn't look at his pace. But
Let me pull it up. He sent it.
it's
And
probably like max HP, max attack, 4 defense or something.
it was max HP, max attack for split F. So
Oh, okay. My bad. My bad. I guessed the wrong defense. But I mean that's another basic set like that you could have run. But I feel like the speed creeping the Houndstone here would have been actually super clutch. 132. I mean, you could get there.
it wasn't even in sand, so it's like
Yeah.
it just feels bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dozo with the boost, no speed investment, hits 120. Houndstone hits 120 at max speed adamant. So that would be a speed tie, which I'm assuming Will had a lot of speed and was jolly. So
Yeah, I'm assuming he was jolly as well. I mean, you want to outspeed a lot of things, so.
I assume he tried to outspeed it, like actively. It's kind of what I would have imagined it with the Headstone. But it's a pretty long game for a game 1.
any game
11
with
turns.
Dozo, any game with Dozo, is gonna be long.
And Yawn is a bit.
I would just say like the Willow and Yawn pressure was like really good.
Mm.
He put the Doug Trio to sleep next to Tatsugiri, and it's like, okay, you expect like just switch in Dozo, but then you're like really vulnerable in that slot to status. So I think Quartz made like the smart, cool play to switch Dozo in for the Tatsugiri and just let the Doug Trio sit there. But Will really covered for it by statusing both spots. So like he covered for the Willow into the Trio and then the Yawn into the Tatsugiri slot. So it's like he just had constant pressure on like Quartz's positioning, and I think it really set up the late game Like,
I'm sorry. I just looked up and seen Justin spinning his fucking chain for the last like minute or two.
and he's been on a tangent over there.
He's just vibing out here. Me and you are looking at the game just like.
He's got a
It's
self
over.
fidget. That's why you're the reason that fidget spinners made that dude a billionaire. Look at you.
Bro, I'm not like
Look at you right now. And tell
I don't
me
have
that-
ADHD, but like if they diagnosed me, I'd understand.
I don't blame him.
But yeah. I think Will just really made it awkward for Quirts and now positioned him.
Mm.
And then
Yeah,
we had,
me too.
well, he had the late game Garg helped as well. Quirts was not covert cloak.
I mean,
Oh.
Garg is scary. I mean, there's not much
Yeah.
you can do with Garg in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
But
Trying to
Garg
talking about this
hard.
game 2. I was in VC. They were in VC together while they were playing. Will was deafened, so I was just in VC, kind of talking to Quirts the whole time. And then game 2 happened.
Coaching?
No, yeah, I was coaching because it did a whole lot of work. I helped Will prep a little, not really prep, but he asked my opinion, so I wasn't.
But
I helped
this-
Will beforehand.
the skill swap onto Dozo was pretty.
Yes, let's talk
Really
about it,
insane.
baby. So Will goes, "Hey, what do you think of this paste?" And I go, "Very cool." But I didn't really know what the full extent of what power swap did. I guess it just so he was gonna run power swap for Rigorath, and I think it swaps the boosts over.
Yeah.
But I was like, why do that when you can like completely like nuke like? So basically, Giraffe also gets skill swap. Dozo is so annoying because it gets all these buffs and it doesn't care about your buffs at all because of unaware. So if you can get rid of Dozo's unaware and set up a little bit, you can like play really well into it. On top of that, Mirror Herb makes you copy the boost when they get set up. And it was looking kind of sketchy because he had the Giraffe in for a while and wasn't like Quartz never did the Dozo Tatsugiri proc, and then it finally happened and Giraffe went +2 in every stat except I think he got like Icy Wind once, so he like his speed was
He icy winded, and then he also had his defense lowered. I forget what
Yeah.
from.
So, but basically, Giraffe with Mirror Herb unaware didn't care about those boosts. And I think when I did the calc, with all the buffs and having unaware on your own Giraffe, you ignore the Dozo's setup. And I think stored power did over 200% to a Dozo. It was like absolutely stupid damage. It was
But,
But let's talk about this end game though, because this was almost a Quartz win, right?
Yeah,
So
had
Quartz
Will
with Miss
clicked
Magius
into it.
clicks Perish Song. Now I believe Quartz should have done this a turn earlier, but it still could have worked when he did it. If instead of protecting with Cryogonal, he protected with Tatsugiri, who was asleep, but he instead protected with Tatsugiri, used Cryogonal to kill the Hippo, right? So now you only have to worry about one Mon doing damage, which is probably going to nuke everything on the field, right?
Mm.
But if you do that, it hits into Tatsugiri, who protects, right? Now you're at Perish in 2. You can attack with Tatsugiri and protect, like, then it becomes like a mind game, and then you're like, okay, well, I can leave both of these guys up and attack because he can't kill both, and then you protect the next turn, and then you win the game, right?
if he switches around the turns of the Perish Song and the Destiny Bond, like Giraffe is dead.
I know.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking to myself. I was like, damn, he was so close, and it just came down to that. So, a bit
That would have been close. I mean, Will did have a bit of an Aaron Zhang moment missing the Willow.
that is true.
But
That's so bad that we have to call it that. You miss a Willow.
it is an Aaron Zhang. Man can actually not hit a Willow to save his life. But no, I mean it's a great strategy. Props to Will and Kev in that regard. But yeah, I mean, if that first turn is switched around to be Perish Song and then Destiny Bond, I do think Quartz wins that game, and then game 3, Game 3 could be a whole different story. We never know. But honestly, well done to Will. Again, if I was in the semis right now, I would not like to be facing off against him.
I can't wait for their game. Honestly, I'm more excited for their game than me and Justin's game.
I mean, I said all this like, I'd root for Will, but at the same time, your boy is the only UVA coach left in it, so.
Dude, Naranha, baby.
Naranha diff.
Imagine how embarrassing it would be though if you had a.
No, it wouldn't be embarrassing at all. Your boys are great.
Don't say it's a 3-1 lead because it's more like a 2-1 because it's two games.
It's a 3-1, like it's 3-1. You're 3-1 up.
Dude, your boy is a great coach. It would not be an embarrassment if he won the league for Naranha.
I mean, it'd be embarrassment for Naranha if it's a 3v1 like, and you're just gonna choke like that, like.
No. Can we talk about? Wait. Can we also talk about the round with the quarterfinals? Can we count the 6 Naranha coaches to 2 UVA coaches?
Yeah. Oh well, but I think
Already moving off that.
And the only 2 coaches from UVA were the ones that got the bye.
Yeah. Oh well, but 5-4. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Is 5-4. A win is a win. A win is a win. I'm acting like a prime Liverpool fan right now. Last in the league.
7-0, bro. 7-0.
7-0.
A win is a win.
A win is a win. But yeah. So I feel like the last match that we have to cover, Kev, you versus Ryodo.
This was a spicy one.
This got a little scary.
Yeah.
This one got a little scary.
Indeed. I've watched it back many times, but I honestly
it got a bit rough.
So the plan was, I couldn't just run normal stuff this week. I felt like Riolu has like a really annoying team, and guard behind screens is like really tough to break through. So, but like for some reason, I knew he would. I was almost slightly disrespected that he thought he could run the trick room stupid ass gradient against me, because I
felt bad. Yeah.
I remember when he drafted it, I was like, it's so easy to like. If you know what it does, it only does one thing. And if you know what it does, you can stop it. And it's a terrible Pokemon. And he was like, nah, dude, he took it so early. He's like, the belly drum strats, bro. And I'm like, he took it so early, didn't use it all season, and then brought it against me. And I was like, bro, there's no way I'm losing to a stupid fat squirrel. Ain't no way in hell.
Bro, but you might lose to something else.
Bro, but the camel went crazy. I wasn't fully expecting the camel. I mean, it makes sense. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it, but it does make sense into my snow core rather. But yeah, the Annihilate set was really funky this week. It was I didn't need any speed, so I didn't need Scarf or anything, but I did have max HP Final Gambit. It was there to just like delete Garg, delete anything annoying. But I also had Rage Fist and Brick Break to deal with Klefki screens. And with Annihilate's bulk, I could kind of sit there and like Brick Break and take hits and then build up Rage Fist power. But off turn 1, I didn't want Trick Room up. So, and I led the Fungus. I forget why I led the Fungus. But, because I guess it was so hard Trick Room that he went. And in front of the camera up, I had to Terra Rock turn 1, which kind of felt bad. Game 1. And you never want to Terra your Fungus. It feels really. And then I had to bring out my Abomasnow in front of the camera and just kind of stall a bit with Spore. The Rock actually helped a lot, but like I ended up just not doing enough damage. And the Garg in the back. A Garg in the back is a problem, as we've learned across the season. So fair play to Riolu. You really outled me. I was forced to Terra Fungus just to stall, pretty much. And then Abomasnow didn't do enough damage. So that brings us to game 2, where he did try to pull off the stupid squirrel strat. And this time I was like, okay, I still have to bring Fungus, because it's so good once Trick Room's up. Then like you don't really feel like you're stalling. But then once I denied Trick Room with Final Gambit game 1, and then I had to stall. So almost playing in Trick Room with my Fungus is like really beneficial to me. So I led Annihilate Rotom, who my Rotom was Covert Cloak, Terra Water, which was really going to catch him off guard if he wasn't expecting it. But I never, like, it was there for like Camel. I was going to just do it turn 1, but I don't know. He didn't, well, first of all, he didn't lead it in this game, and he led really passively into me, so I was able to just set up with Rotom and switch in Fungus on the Trick Room, and it kind of snowballed from there. Like, he protected and Trick Roomed, and I got a free Nasty Plot, and he had no safety goggles or Lumberry or Chestoberry anywhere, so it's like Fungus went crazy. So, yeah, dude, Fungus goes hard, so hard. I picked it in the 4th round in my first B tier pick because I knew how crazy it might have been on the 3rd round. I took it because I took a Abomasnow Titan really late.
I picked it pretty late, I think. Yeah,
well, your Fungus? Yeah, Fungus sat around. You might have, was it a transaction?
Actually thinking about it, I'm looking at my thing now. I think it was a transaction. It was a transaction.
Yeah, I think I remember that, which is crazy, dude. Like, Amoonguss is obviously in the meta in ladder. Amoonguss is amazing, but like in this draft, people running Trick Room stuff. Fungus with Eviolite and 15 base speed is so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's been low key MVP a lot of my matches, but yeah. Anyway, game 2.
No, it was round 4 for you. I just saw round 4.
Yeah. Okay, round 4. Yeah. Like I said, game 2, I was able to just put on a ton of pressure. Fungus put everything to sleep, and I forget how I got. Did he bring Garg? How did I get rid of Garg in this game?
It wasn't Final Gambit, was it?
Oh,
no.
Dude, I was +4 Rotom, and like,
oh yeah,
Thunderbolt did like over 80%, and it's like, he actually, and he showed Ally Switch this game. That is notable information.
Yeah. Ally Switch was big.
So I took that game pretty easily. So we're 1-1. We go into game 3, and I'm gonna go to the leads and just pause there. So I think he combined his leads from game 1 and game 2. So he dropped the Klefki and he dropped the Squirrel because he knew it wasn't going to work. He went with Spiritomb Camera, which was arguably his most annoying lead. I think it was a good play for his part. I didn't adjust. I went Annihilate Rotom again, and I know that he wants to get Trick Room up, and I guess Camo wasn't feeling too much pressure here. He could just Heat Wave like he ended up doing, but I don't know. I thought he might be safe, but I wanted to cover for the Heat Wave option. So what I did was, Camo's really annoying to my Hail team. Let me Final Gambit, get rid of it. Oh, the music, no. But he clicked Ally Switch, which is my favorite move in the game. If you haven't been able to tell, absolutely not. Fuck that move, Game Freak. Thank you for nerfing it, but get fucking rid of it. The nerf actually helped me a bit, though. I'll get to that.
Yeah.
So the Ally Switch was really annoying because Final Gambit went into Spiritomb, and I thought Rotom was safe to Nasty Plot, honestly, because I thought Camera Up would die to Final Gambit, or he would protect and get Trick Room up. I was willing to let Trick Room up. I'd get a Fungus in later. So I thought I was free to Nasty Plot, not Terra, and then if Camera Up was still alive, I could Terra Water Rotom and catch it off guard the next turn. That was the plan. But he Ally Switch Heat Wave, which was mad annoying. Turn 2, what happened turn 2? I don't even remember what happened turn 2. I just remember what happened.
Turn 2 was Protect. Hex killed.
Yeah, so I got a big damage into Spiritomb with Rotom. He protected Camel, and Rotom went down. So I was able to chip the Spiritomb really low. Rotom went down, and then in comes Abomasnow, who outspeeds Camel because Trick Room's out.
Yeah. Turn 3,
now,
you made literally. I think turn 3 you made the only play that you could have. Because
with Ally Switch on the field, you have to double into something, or it's like not beneficial. Like if I double into Spiritomb, it at least dies and I get one hit into camel, or
Yeah,
like you have to double into something.
Like no matter what, like you knew from the turn before that Rage Fist would kill Spiritomb, and you knew from the last game that you outsped the camera up. So like what you did was literally your only good play, unless he ally switched and got a double protect off. I think that's the only way that he stops that from happening. But even then, actually, he ally switched turn before. Oh no, he didn't. So yeah, you knew an ally switch was probably coming. So,
you couldn't click it the turn before. Like you can't spam it.
Yeah,
so,
you can't spam it.
It was so obvious he was clicking it here, and like when I doubled into, like I'd say it was a bold prediction, but at the same time, I always had to double target the
Spiritomb, the original Spiritomb.
You get rid of it, and I still get a hit into camel. Like worst case scenario, you know. So. And
even if you like in that scenario, even if you try and double the camel slot, you still get rid of the Spiritomb and get hit in the camel. So
like it wasn't like that crazy to play.
It was your only real play that you had to make, and it worked phenomenally for you. The best scenario happened.
Ally switch double. I'm so happy Rage Fist did 68%. That was huge because Earth Power was it did 32%, which was a kill every time. I think after we did the calcs, but I think it did like 33 to 40% because he was. Oh no, wait. I'm thinking of Garg. Never mind. Ignore me completely. Earth Power was always gonna do pretty. Oh no, I clicked Earth Power game 1, and it did like 50. It did less than 50. So. I was glad that Rage Fist did so much. And that brought out the Mabostiff, who was no protect Rocky Helmet, which was mad interesting. But I pressured it really hard with. I knew it had Fire Fang, so I protected Abomasnow, and I pressured it really hard with Annihilate. But the Rocky Helmet chip was kind of annoying, I can't lie. I don't know. I'm guessing that the Spirit. Does the Spiritomb have any priority?
It does get Sucker Punch.
It gets Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak.
Okay. Well, he got full parried on that turn, so I don't know how influential that was.
I assume he was going to protect. I think.
I don't know if it parried protect. That's why I'm thinking it was Sucker Punch or Shadow Sneak. But
did he not show protect beforehand in a different game? Maybe I'm forgetting. Or he might have tried to ally switch. He might have tried to ally switch him because it's a priority.
He tried to ally switch again.
That's what I mean. Like he could have tried to ally switch.
It would have failed.
Even though it would have failed, it still brings it up. Priority.
Interesting.
But
I don't know.
Then we had the whole play rough scenario.
Well, he landed the first one, and it did a butt ton, and I was like, oh no, not good. Especially when I protected Abomasnow for no reason, but like I feel like I had to because it had Fire Fang.
If it had Fire Fang in that scenario, you're really on the back foot.
Yeah, this is where I wish I had Drain Punch, but it didn't seem like I needed it this week. But in this scenario, I definitely wish I had it. But we chipped the dog with Brick Break, and I switch out the Abomasnow because I had to. Like it was my win con with Leech Seed at the end game, and bless the lords for the Annihilate play rough dodge. And he didn't even have to click it. I was so low health that Jaw Lock would have killed.
Jaw Lock would have killed.
Like a neutral stab Jaw Lock would have definitely killed. So it's like he shouldn't
He said it after.
Yeah, I feel bad for dodging, but it was also very unoptimal to click play rough. So he kind of got punished for clicking the unoptimal move in a way.
Yeah.
If you look at it, I'm gonna look at it that way.
Yeah. I mean, plus as we said afterwards, it was karma for clicking ally switch. So
yeah, exactly. Don't, ladies and gentlemen, if we've taught you anything, and if this shows anything, don't run allies. It bites you in the butt at one place or another.
But overall, the water. I completely forgot you had the Terra type left. I won't lie. Completely forgot you had it left, and having the water Terra type on Abomasnow. We ran it through a couple times, playing. There's one scenario where you won, or where you lost.
So basically, we played it out Anyway, I'll talk about that in a sec. So, basically, Annihilate was around, then alive to kill the Mabostiff, and then it was a 3v1 into Garg, but Garg hadn't attacked yet. Garg took out Fungus, which fair enough. I think he should have took out Annihilate, but I guess I could have Rage Powdered away from. I guess it doesn't matter actually. But having another Mon to just take the pressure away from Abomasnow was really big. I was able to. I chipped like 20% onto the Garg. He took out Annihilate. Abomasnow was able to get up the Leech Seed, and I could protect and eventually do enough with Earth Power because he was Terrifier. Eventually do enough with Earth Power to win. So I ended up winning. However, I mean, a lot of different things. Like the game, with Pokemon, it's not very consistent at most times. But had he landed that play rough, I would have lost, I think, most of the time.
Yeah.
Because I would have had to Rage Powder with a Moongus, kill Mabostiff with Energy Ball. He would have Terra Blasted, I guess, with Garg into Fungus. It would have been a 1v1 Garg v Abomasnow. And that's where me and Wex played out the scenario. We went to like a singles match and like set it up where it was Garg v Abomasnow. And essentially, if he forgets that I didn't Terra and clicks Terra Blast and I Terra Water,
he loses.
I win every time.
Yeah.
If he clicks Salt Cure on my Terra Water, he did have Recover on his Garg, so if played properly, he should win every time. Barring Earth Power crits or Spadef drops, I win.
He also protects, so Salt Cure does more. Like, even if you have Leech Seed, Salt Cure does more damage to you, plus leftovers on Garg.
I wasn't healing enough.
Yeah.
I was still losing health every turn despite having the leech.
You were losing about 10-15% every turn, so like I feel like it's still unfavorable for you. But if he forgets you Terra, you win. If he goes for a Terra Blast, he automatically loses, which he did. And but you played well, so at least you can say you beat Garg once this season. You might have to do it again if you want the championship this year. Who knows?
But yeah,
we'll see if he can get there.
Yeah, true.
We will. Let's talk about that real quick, shall we?
So we can talk about you guys. You guys can talk about yourselves if you really want to.
We've made it through round 1 and the quarterfinals. It brings us to the semis, and it's me versus Justin, which is gonna be fun. I completely lied when I said I'm more excited for their match. Our match is gonna be exciting. The good old, what do we call it? What's our derby called? The Blackwood Derby. South Jersey Derby. I don't know what it is.
I think it's at Blackwood if you want.
We had a name for it, and I don't remember.
We had a name.
Was
it alliteration?
I don't know. It wasn't like the Blackwood.
We might have said just South Jersey.
I think it was just Blackwood Derby. I think.
Yeah, Blackwood Derby sounds, I think, right.
Also, guys, I got the thing out of my throat. I was able to get it out of my throat. Yeah. I get like these tonsil stones, and they're really smelly because it's all like built up of like saliva and like food and stuff, and it just like sits there. But
you've made it
got it out.
On the podcast, and you heard that. I apologize.
But yeah, Kevin, I'm not gonna lie. I've already built for your team.
Have you? I have done nothing yet. So
I have, and I have some fire strats.
Fire. I expect nothing less.
I have a couple of different unique strats that I'm gonna go for that I haven't gone for the entire season. So I feel like with any coach like you, I gotta bring some quirky craziness to try and
I haven't seen before.
Yeah, try and offset that, make you panic a little bit, shit your britches, and then make an unoptimal move because you've never seen it. So that's kind of my goal. That's
what I did against you. Me and Justin played in the regular season. He had a different team, to be fair, than he does now. But I tried to just catch him off guard with the Titan belly drum shit. And it worked for the most part. It was close, but it did work. And I 2-0 Justin. But I don't expect it. I won't expect it to be click a belly drum button and do big things this time around. So it's going to be mad interesting.
I think so, yeah. It'll be
I think
interesting
I
to
can-
see.
I think I
Let's
can
see how it ends up.
objectively say that I do like my matchup. I don't hate my matchup in any sense of the way. I think this isn't spoilers. I think it's no secret that I think Annihilate goes really hard here.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see what you do to stop it and how I maybe enable it. Maybe I do something else. I bait. Who knows? Who knows? I haven't prepped yet, so I have no clue what I'm doing yet. So
Yeah, fair enough.
Here's just a tip for you, Kev. Just run Terra Fairy. Like,
Wow,
see-
that's
no,
such
see,
a that's such a
that's the basics. That's what everyone else has done, and they have fallen because of it. Like, you act like Justin's not gonna know that you're a Terra Fairy.
Yeah, bye.
I mean,
Honestly,
I don't
and-
have a fairy type, so
in a way, it's like Terra Fairy is actually being this week to Terra Fairy makes it very obvious that everyone's going Terra Fairy, so it makes it easy to prep. You know what I mean? So when someone brings something that's not Terra Fairy, then that's what usually is what catches me in a bad spot. But also Terra Fairy sometimes just
you're gonna act, and you're also gonna act like he doesn't have like a King Gambit with 130 base attack that can click Iron Head in your face. Like it's like
yeah, I definitely do a little bit of damage.
Also, Kev, you did reveal to Justin for this podcast that Scyther gets close combat. So if you
I
didn't,
should be
if you didn't do that, you could have surprised him really heavily with Scyther.
who knows? I'm bringing Scyther. You know who knows?
You might.
I mean, I can already predict your team. Want me to predict your team for you?
No, because then I don't want. I'm gonna I'll
So-
deafen and you say it to the people.
Okay.
Okay, he's gone. What a bitch.
All right. So here's my
Oh my
prediction.
God, he's
I know.
such a
What a fucking dick. What a fucking dick. He's a fucking bitch. He's a fucking. All right. So his team. Here's his team. I'm gonna cover him in my mouth so he doesn't actually see what I actually say. So
Okay.
for his team, he's going to bring Altaria because he's afraid of Glalie. He's going to bring Scyther. He's going to bring Fungus. What he doesn't know is that I'm actually bringing Pincurchin with Electric Surge, a lot of Terra Grass, and safety goggles on Hydreigon because he's not grounded, so the Rage Powders and Spore would still work. So those are my three. And then he's also gonna bring Annihilate, Mousehold, and Abomasnow. I think you could also throw a Titan in there, maybe take off a Scyther. And throw Titan in there just because it's pretty solid. But that's what I predict that he's gonna bring. So,
Okay.
and that's that.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right, my turn. You, Devin.
Shit. All right.
What do you say about me when you deafened? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say?
So
I'll
first
watch
of
it
all,
back. What do you
You're a
say?
fucking bitch. You're.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
honestly, I have no fucking clue. Honestly, I don't know what does he do to counter Annihilate? Hawlucha? It's gotta be like Hawlucha, or like he just goes Trick Room, but that's risky because of Fungus. Oh no, if he goes Trick Room, he has Electric Terrain. I feel like Electric Terrain and Trick Room kind of walls Fungus in my Trick Room counters, so that's what I'm gonna say. I don't know the exact, and he said he's gonna bring some funky stuff, so I'm expecting like Flareon or some dumb shit.
So you're saying that's one? Are you saying that's one?
Sure, Flareon, Gambit, Hydreigon, of course,
Yeah.
Spiritomb, Pincurchin, and probably like Grafaiai or Klutzer or some dumb shit like that. It's gonna
Okay.
be weird. I'll prep for Trick Room, but we'll see. I'm expecting something
Okay.
stupid.
Okay.
Wex, why the fuck are you counting 1, 2, 3, 4?
I was gonna say you.
What the fuck was that?
So what, did I do
Your
that?
man thought he was Spider-Man, bro.
I do that.
Right, 1, 2, 3.
Like,
4, 5.
no, right? We actually had a conversation about this in college before. It was actually last week, because one of the girls I know counts like. No, she counts weird, and I was like, oh yeah, I count like. I don't know. The way I did it was also weird, and I was like, everyone's like,
Man
okay.
thinks he's Spider-Man for a second, bro.
Yeah, like if I right.
I don't know
was
what's
count
going on.
Normally, this is my left hand. It's inverted, but I would just count normally like that. On my right hand, for some reason, I'd go 1, 2. Like if I was doing quick, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why. I don't know why I literally become Spider-Man. Like
This man's weird, bro.
I don't know why. But if I was getting
Okay, so
1, 2, I'd say I still think that's 3. And if it's doing 4, that's 4. 5.
Okay, so here's the thing. I can understand a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just because this ring finger moves like everything.
Yeah.
So if you go 1,
I
2,
hate that,
3,
dude. The ring
1,
finger.
2, 3, 4, 5.
That's why my friend, like, she did it like that, and then I went like that, and everyone's like, okay, what the fuck? No, you're fucked. And I was like, it's just the way I do
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5. Like, because you can move the pinky independently, you can't move the ring finger independently. Like, middle finger you can, ring finger is really hard, right?
I can't.
But Kevin, can we both agree no ally switch? Can we just not do that to each other?
What do I look like, bro?
Okay. All right. As long as we're in agreement.
Is this a handshake? Is this a handshake? Okay, agreed. No ally
Is it a
switch.
handshake?
Fuck that fucking move.
No ally switch for game 1. Maybe.
What?
Let me change my set real quick. No, I'm just kidding.
Who even gets ally switching your team?
Well, I also have
it's
Spirit Tomb.
The stupid Spiritomb, dude. God damn it.
Yeah. And I
Do you have
think
any
Grafai I get. No, it doesn't. No, I'm lying.
Is Ren on your
Nah,
team?
I'm
Like,
just-
does Mousehole get it?
No. Drum Pig might. That might be it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know though.
Can't wait for Trick Room in Prison, Grumpig.
I don't know. Why you running Trick Room?
No, I just don't think. I don't think your matchup in Trick Room is as good as mine. If I can be in Trick Room with, let's just say hypothetically speaking. Not saying I'm gonna do this.
Can confirm Grumpig doesn't. I don't even get ally switch, Justin. So
Okay.
you're welcome.
Let's just say hypothetically speaking, I set up Trick Room with my Spirit Tomb. Now all I need to do is run safety goggles on King Gambit or go Terra Grass. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I can hit really hard into essentially your entire team because you're based off of speed with the Slush Rush. So hypothetically speaking, unless you bring Toxapex, which in that case, fair play. I mean, I think it gets haze, so Toxapex might come.
Don't sleep, bro.
But I think Trick Room's really good. So you could bring Trick Room in Prison on Grumpig just to make sure that doesn't happen, or just have it in the back just to be safe. There's a lot of things you can do, but I think that would probably be your best scenario. I think that's your only Trick Room setter as well. So yeah.
Oh, so are you two done bitching?
It's called strategizing. I wouldn't call it bitching.
Yo,
Alright.
listen here, NDA 2. All right, settle down over there.
No, don't say that. That's fucked.
Oh, well, there we go. Oh, well, there we go.
There we go.
Right, well, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yep, there we go.
There we go. Actually, no, I want him just to hear me talk. I was going deafening, but that's a bit rude. Let's go. Wait, why is he focused? Well, he can be focused.
I can unmute myself, you dumbass.
Shut the fuck up. No, you don't deserve to be focused. Oh, and Justin's muted.
He muted
just-
himself.
I think Justin's getting.
Personal choice.
I think he's getting
let's,
his grape skins out of his mouth.
In
No,
NDA,
it's literally, I don't even know. It's tonsil stones or something. It's like right here, and I can feel it when I swallow, and it's like. Ugh.
Why are
Yeah.
you swallowing?
Yeah, bro, what are you doing over there? In NDA write-up history, let's bounce back a little bit and predict the lineups for your boy versus Will.
Ooh.
Right. Like, I was looking at this while you guys were talking. Your boy has lost one game this year.
It was to Garg. It was to Garg. Will he let the same thing happen again?
Bro
I would
has
say his team is very Garg weak.
It is. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm expecting Electros to come again just because of all the damage it did last week. But again, I don't really see a lot of stuff it can do against Will. Like looking at it, maybe
It'll
it'll
be
do.
fire this week. This week. Okay, this is where it happens. I'm on record. I want this. If it happens, I want to be praised for calling this. We will see this week. Flamigo with co-star.
No.
And no retreat failing.
Oh shit.
It's coming. It's coming.
I'd like to see that.
That would pressure. I mean, other than a Terra Ghost or some shit like that,
Mm.
that would.
Wait, guys, we're overlooking the most important part of this matchup. It's a Rabscamir.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
it is. It is.
Bro, they're gonna have. Dude, they both have to run Lepaberry.
It's gonna be 5-6.
They have to. They have to. They have to.
I swear,
Oh, man.
if this match ends 5-6, I'm going to leave.
I'm not gonna lie though. Looking at this, I really like. If I'm able to beat Kev, I really want your boy to win. I don't want to face Will again. I'm good on that. Currently, what I see from fucking your boy is I see a Moody matchup, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a Moody matchup. So I just really hope.
I mean, Will did 2-0 both of you this season. So
I went back and watched. That was my week 1. That was before I had played in any tournaments. I looked at my team. That shit was ass. I don't know what I was doing. It was so bad. I completely built some dumb shit and underestimated Will. So we have definitely evolved from my week 1 2-0 again. I think I can confidently say that. But we shall see. Or we won't see, honestly. We'll see if we will see. That's how I'll phrase that.
Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, I think your boy's great at prepping. He's a great coach. So I imagine he'll come up with something. But I kind of like Will's matchup.
No, I think Will, especially with the Morgrim screens. Anytime I see screens, I'm always just like, here we go again. I hate it. So I don't know if he's the same way, your boy, if he just fucking hates screens, but seeing Morgrim on that team just kind of feels really, really bad. Now, I think most likely what we're going to see, if I had to predict the lineup, I'm going to say top 4, Morgrim and Rabska. I think that's probably more so what we're going to be looking at here from Will. In terms of your boy,
I think Sand is kind of valuable this week. It outpaces Dragapult, which
but
I think Sand.
I know,
is
but like,
big.
if you just set up Trick Room as well, like it's also really good against your boy. I mean, this slow as Mon is Rabska. Like, if he can set up Trick Room, it's way more valuable than trying to go Sand Rush on Lycanroc. So that's my feeling. I think your boy probably goes Indeedee, Dragapult, Flamigo, Rabska, and Phalanx instead. Yeah. No, I'll give the shout.
I would say Phalanx and maybe even a fucking Zoroark or something.
Zoroark. I mean, he could
annoying,
realistically, I think he could bring everything.
Like Zoroark to deal with Friggraf and Henstone mightn't be too bad. And Rabska to an extent.
So here's also my thing. I just don't think his A tiers are too good, if I'm being honest.
With Flamigo Tox.
Yeah, I don't think they're as good as they could be.
I don't think Tox comes this week. If Tox comes, I'll be surprised.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is Zoroark is like really annoying into Will's team. I feel like Will can't lead Giraffe because if he leads Zoroark, you're not gonna know. So are you gonna Terra turn 1, like to dodge the dark move? I don't know. So it's like
you might have to, but again,
protect the scout it.
Yeah. Like if you see what's that move that Zoroark has?
Night Days.
Night Days. Like obviously if you see that, you know what it is. But I feel like she might try and disguise. Like your boy is smart enough where he might try and disguise it as something else. Like if he run say like a move that everyone gets and use a turn 1, just to kind of maybe try and confuse or trick Will in thinking, oh, this isn't Zoroark, and then turn 2 just go for it. Like that could happen. This is probably one of the toughest matchups to call, I feel like.
And they haven't played each other all
season.
So it's very cool to see what they do.
I'm looking forward to it though, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to do a prediction?
I'll say 2-1 Will.
I want to say 2-1 your boy. I got Denver Numels.
I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place here because your boy being the only.
Careful, say it until the end of the podcast to start barking.
Oh. Castle. Your boy being the only UVA coach left, that's kind of swimming towards him. But as well, I've backed Will for so many years now. But and every time I've went with Will, he usually wins. You know what? Oh, this is really tough. I'm so between two minds.
His allegiances are questioned.
Yeah.
He's aligned with Will because that's what he usually wins with. But Uva with your boy, so now he's confused. He has no idea.
He also knows that Naranja is the superior division, but if he picks Will, it's like admitting it.
Yeah, boy, 2-0.
Oh my god, dude.
Mike, drop.
Will, I hope you hear this, and I doubt it'll be out before your match, but
Well, I'm
if
sorry,
it's out
but
before and you hear this, I hope you take it personally.
Well,
All right, well we didn't. Wait, hold on. We didn't predict our game.
Oh, me 2-0 easy.
I'm gonna say me 2-0 just because you didn't say 2-1.
Me 2-0
You know what?
easy.
You know what? Just for that, I'm going for a repeat. Go for a repeat. 2-0 Justin. It already happened once this year.
No, it didn't.
Oh, that was the. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm going for a reverse. 2-0 Justin. 2-0
That's
Justin.
toxic.
New
That's
team.
There we go.
That's toxic.
New team.
I appreciate you, Wex. I do. I got some fire. I got some heat cooking. All right, I'm gonna reach out to Ryder, see if he can help me prep with this one. So we got some things cooking. And
I got Ryder. I got Ryder's number, bro. I'm gonna tell him he can't prep with you.
Nah, it's too late. I've already texted him. I've already reached out to him. We've had a FaceTime call.
All right, dibs on Will then.
Go ahead, go for it. I'm sure he'll be, not busy with his games.
Oh, we'll be helping each other.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
First, you put the baby on the grill.
First, you get the toddler on the grill. Next, you dump him in the grease pit. Next, you throw him in the basement with the others. Bada bing, bada boom. Don't forget the bath. Never.
God damn it. I haven't seen him on my For You page in a while.
Bro, I think Aki's retired. I don't know.
No,
He might have had a fucking cardiac arrest from all the fucking grease that he ingests into his aorta. So
No,
I don't know.
he's skinny as fuck. Have you ever
He
seen
gives all that food away, bro. It's all the little kids that are
Sure.
gonna be-
Yeah.
every kid in that neighborhood is gonna be obese.
Yo, can I have a fried Cheeto pancake the Aki way?
Sure. Hey, can I get a gun so I can commit mass atrocities?
Alright.
Sure. First, we put the ammunition on the grill. Next, we call in a school report.
Alright, no, you're done.
Put
We
the evidence-
gotta stop. We gotta cut it.
Next, we put the evidence in the hurt locker. Next, we throw the evidence in the water. And don't forget the bath. Never.
Alright, I think we've covered everything we need to talk about.
And the result. Look at that.
OMG.
OMG.
20 years for that pro.
Never get out for good behavior. Never.
This is going so south.
Alright. I'm Justin Sinusoff. God damn it.
Okay, first you put the vegetables on the grill. Next, you take the wheelchairs and you put them down the steps. Thank you guys so much for watching the NDA podcast and listening. No matter how awesome we fuck, I can't speak. Can I restart that? Can we cut that? Wex, are we able to cut that?
No.
No? Okay. I'll just okay, we'll raw dog it. Fuck it.
Restart the whole podcast.
Let's restart the whole podcast. Hey guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in for the NDA podcast. I'm joined by Kev and Wax. We're gonna talk about what went on with the
My life.
No, podcast over, guys. It's over. We'll see you guys again at the end of the season, and we'll announce the winner, and then we'll go over. We actually just for I just spit everywhere. For future
Bro, he got his
reference.
tonsil juice all over his
He's
freaking
swallowing
laptop,
It's
bro.
spit. It's spit. It's not tonsil
Well,
juice.
he's
Okay.
swallowing
If you want some
spit.
tonsil
It's
juice,
Jesus.
I'll put it in the bev. Okay. Never forget it. No. So we actually made a doc, and we're going over the different specificities of what we're gonna do for the next season. So during the off season, we're gonna polish it, but also at the end of the season, we're gonna hold a vote because we have seen some people are kind of against the idea of splitting into 2 separate divisions based off of the rankings of what we had this year for the regular season. So we're gonna hold 2 separate. We're gonna hold a vote for these 2 separate divisions, and just allow you guys to read what we have to say about it, the specific details of how it will work, if you support it or if you don't. And essentially what we're looking for is a majority vote, because we don't want to do this if it's just the people creating it that are for it. So we want to do what's best for us, for our community, for you guys, because we all want to have a good time, and that's what it really comes down to, bottom line. I know we're all for competitiveness and to increase the prosperity of the league, etc., but we don't want to lose the foundation of the community that we built. So that's the most important thing for us. So we're going to hold a vote once the season concludes on whether or not we'll have it. You guys will have full information and access to a document to see what we're actually going to be doing, as well as there'll be a Google form put out so that you can vote, and then if you say no, you can put down your reason for it. So we'll have that in the future, and we'll talk about it more in the final podcast that we do for the regular season at the end of the regular season once the final concludes. So we'll see you guys then. For now, that's all we have. So for Kev and for Wex, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in about a couple weeks. So take care. Peace.
Peace.
We'll go.